I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Super Bowl dreams are on the line today in the conference championship, where only one team can move on. It's the Jaguars going up against the Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, apart from a 13-year gap in L.A., we are at the home of the Raiders since 1966. But how much longer will they be playing football in Oakland, California? Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. Throwing on first down is Bortles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And now the starting lineup for the offense. And Julius Thomas highlighted, my friend.
Brandon, he's one of the latest in a long line of basketball players turned football players who have had great success. And he uses those basketball skills to get open in his pass routes.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Bortles. And this one is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible.
Second down following the incompletion. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Second down and just 1. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Devontae Parker from 10 yards out. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Carr now on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. That'll bring up second. Down. From the gun, it's Carr. Conley's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. It's it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Still in search of the first down after that last completion. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And it's 2nd down. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Telvin Smith is a college safety who's transitioned very well to outside linebacker in the NFL. He runs down most plays.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. To throw is Carr. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
First down before being taken down at the 46.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They run again on first down with Smallwood. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, Smallwood. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Here's Carr. Muscles him off. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. In the red zone this time.
Oh, shoot.
They'll run here. It's Murray. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Again, it's Smallwood. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd down, Murray. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
I feel like we just ran a marathon. That was a long drive. They probably wanted 6 if they're going to go that many plays.
And there were no checkpoints, no watering stations, nothing like that, right? Terrific job by the offense because not only did they possess the ball for that long, they wore down the defense. That could pay dividends later.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 4 yards remaining now on second down. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And throw right side complete to Parker. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. Again, it's Bortles. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Throwing now is Bortles. That's caught at the 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Bortles now on third and goal. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Jaguars. Jason Myers now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Myers able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this to field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They come out here in the eye. Now a carry for the fullback here. This is Will Johnson. At 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue.
Now, how running to the big guy in that situation. Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case, they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. That was second down run for Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. And quickly they get to the line. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Third down, it's Wendell Smallwood. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Bryant spread out to the right. Throwing his Carr on third down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Carr now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, and you talk about covering them with one guy, They think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Conley's got it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Ladarius Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Going deep here for Parker. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They come out here in the eye. On second down, Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And a cut to the sideline. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big run that time by Murray. 49 yards on the ground. So it'll be first down here after the run. They give the small roll down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Murray, the lone setback. Carr to throw on second down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll run with Smallwood. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Wendell Smallwood taking it in. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Looking for... There he goes, left side. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Bortles going to try and throw on third down. It's complete to Robinson. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And throw right side complete to Parker. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He dropped an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
A bullet throw, but incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target, and it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Throwing on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Carr going to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They do go for it. It's Carr going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for the Raiders. 38 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. Here's Smallwood. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the eye. Going right back to Smallwood. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Carr to throw on second down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Bryant spread out to the right. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Latavius Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Carr will look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Now the return, Rashad Green. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds Hearns left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. Can't find anyone open. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
This will be caught at the 2. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his...
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Blake Bortles, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw is Bortles. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's the Raiders punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And they'll be set up with great field position as this is going to be touchdown right at the 40-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. It's complete to Parker, left side. And they'll get 17 yards there. And the Jags are going to have a 1st down. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now he'll escape to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
A great read, and it's picked off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face.
God
and
damn, man.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, give them what they want. Unfortunately, gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
They come out here in the eye. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.